Do you know you can be, do, or have anything you want in the world? Today we're going to talk about discovering your purpose. Your purpose in life is really what you are meant to do with your life. It is what you absolutely love doing and you're good at it. Now, my purpose in life is to inspire others to live better, feel better, and love life, to provide an insight into themselves and to grow awareness so that they can truly be happy. But that's my purpose. Today, we want to talk about what your purpose is and discuss finding your purpose. Now, Bob Proctor talks about people determining their purpose, and he says that it's a totally different process than discovering your purpose, because when you're determining your purpose, it indicates that you're deciding for it. And he doesn't think that you should decide. You know, he gave an example about Michelangelo, and he's an artist. So his purpose was to bring beauty to the world through his sculptures and his paintings, to make the world a better place. Now, your purpose would be, why do you get out of bed in the morning? Now, if you say that you get out of the bed in the morning just to go to work, that's not your purpose. The question is, what makes you feel alive? What brings you to life? What do you get excited about? What would make you jump out of the bed in the morning, ready and excited for the day? That's your purpose. That's your reason for living. Now, I'm not talking about your purpose in life is for your spouse or your children, because that's what I used to think my purpose in life was. And although I love them dearly, they are not my purpose for life. So let me tell you about how I determined what my purpose really was. I've always been known as somebody's something. I was Betsy and Henry's daughter, or Trey's sister. Then I was Troy's wife. Then I was little Troy and Taylor's mom. Shoot, it was just until last month, 47 years, since I had my own room, one that I can call all mine, which is now my office. And it's beautiful and I absolutely love it. But in 2014, my son introduced me to the movie The Secret, and it really awakened something inside of me. Man, if I could be, do, or have anything in the world, what would it be? I started dreaming. That is the question that I kept asking myself. And then one day on the way to St. John the Baptist Parish Courthouse, I was going to do an abstract for one of my clients. It was like my great-grandmother was talking to me in the Jeep, telling me, you need to teach these principles to children so that they will have a head start on life and the understanding of the universe and a greater awareness that will change the world. I'm bawling. Now, my great-grandmother, she's been deceased for over 20 years now, but her spirit lives with me, and it was with me that day. Now, grandmother was an extraordinary woman. She sang, she painted, and she always saw the best in everything and everyone around her. Everyone in my family, they speak highly of her, and she did an amazing job traveling around to different churches every Sunday to sing somewhere new and meet new people. So this was, I think, a sign from heaven above guiding me on my path and purpose in life. And when I returned home that day, I sat with a pen and paper and I wrote out exactly what I was thinking and feeling regarding this new information. So I'm asking you, if you would like to discover your purpose, sit down with a pen and a paper. Think about what it is that you would really love doing every day. Find a quiet place in nature or a quiet place in your house that you won't be disturbed, and then just relax and listen to yourself. Watch out for signs and signals. You are going to trade your life for whatever your purpose is. So you really want it to be something that you love. Some people, they know their purpose their whole entire life. But some of us, it takes some days or a few months to discover exactly what it is your purpose is. The time that you invest in finding exactly what your purpose is will be well invested time in yourself. Now, time is a funny thing, so let's talk about it a little. Don't waste your minutes. Here's a poem I once heard. I have only just a minute, only seconds in it. It was forced upon me. I couldn't refuse it. I didn't seek it, and I didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. It's only a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. We do not know how many minutes we have left, so let's make them count. Take time to stand out from the crowd. You will discover your purpose in life, and it will probably mean some changes will have to be made to live a life that you love. When we are born, our little subconscious is wide open, and our parents and our surroundings begin to develop what we call our beliefs or our paradigms. And then we have our environment, which is everything from the outside world telling us what to believe. So let's take putting on your pants, for example. What foot do you put in first? Why? Because that's the way we were taught. When we were little kids and your parents told you to get dressed, they would say, put your foot in. And then you go to put your foot in and they say, not that foot, the other foot. They were teaching you what they knew, the belief that was taught to them by their parents and their parents before them. And this is the little things that we do daily that really doesn't take any thought whatsoever because we've been doing them our whole lives. But now is time for you to think for yourself. It's your time to shine and stand alone because you are unique, a one of a kind. Then we go to school and the teachers teach you a whole nother set of rules that society says is required to live life, a normal life. Sit still, be quiet, listen, pay attention, get your head out of the clouds, quit daydreaming. And eventually that's what we all did. But now it's time for you to set your own rules. If you're doing what everyone else is doing, it's most likely it has you moving in the wrong direction. It's your time to choose for yourself. Now, they may be things about yourself that you never did like. There may be beliefs that you've had that you don't agree with. What do you have now that you would like to change? This is where some lessons from school really do come in handy. Do you remember having to write your timetables 5 times each, or 5 times each, or 10 times each, whatever it was, over and over again for homework? That was so that you had them drilled into you. You knew those timetables inside and out, backwards, upside down. Well, that is the kind of affirmation, that is exactly what affirmations do. You decide what it is that you want to change, and then you write it down. And then on the other side of the paper, you write it is exactly the opposite, or what it is that you want to believe. Then, just like your timetables, you write them over and over again until you believe it yourself. Now, if you're not a writer, get in front of that mirror and repeat the affirmations to yourself over and over again, looking at yourself in the eye. Now, we want to talk about seeking failures, because let's face it, if you're playing it safe, you are really not learning anything that will move you in the direction of what it is you want. When you were a teenager, your focus was probably for a time getting your driver's license. Did you know how to drive at first? No. You practiced until now you probably do it without even thinking about it. But you had to try. And whenever you try something new, there is always a chance of failure. It is what you do with the failure that makes all the difference in the world. Do you just accept it as defeat? Or do you try again? Time, learning a new lesson until you just keep trying new things and not even considering the failure, because you know that there is a lesson to be learned that will ultimately get you exactly whatever your desire is in life. Now, as a kid, I played softball. And at first, not for the life of me could I hit the ball. It was strike after strike after strike. But without the failures, I would have never learned how to actually hit the ball. It is the same with life. You must keep trying to move forward. So now is the time you have to think for yourself. Think outside the box, because truly that is where the magic lies. Now, in this lesson, we have discussed discovering your purpose, don't waste your minutes, and stand out and think for yourself, and seek failures. Now, my dream is to inspire others to live lives they love living and bring awareness to what you are capable of. So if you would like to work further with me and discover really what you're capable of, click the link in the bio and schedule a solution analysis session today. Don't waste a minute more living a plain life. Decide today to live a life that you love. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you, and I will see you soon. Please subscribe and hit that like button. Give me some love, because I'm sending you love. Thank you, Tanya Marie.